Hey guys, today we've got a nice valley drive through the valley, I know, ironic, with an MX-5 Miata. 2024, I believe, if my math is not completely wrong. I bought this car about a year ago, so I thought, you know, while we do the drive, I might as well give my 1-year review, my 9-month review. And hopefully the audio is clear. We got a lot of wind because obviously this is a soft top. In my opinion, much better than the hard top. Does not look as nice. However, the one massive difference is the fact that when you look back, your blind spots aren't literally blind. Because it has like this, I don't know if it's like a Corvette style. I'm actually not really sure what it is. It's kind of like a, it's like those convertibles where you just take off this section. It's not like a full convertible where it's completely flat in the back. So unfortunately, the problem with that is that one, it takes like 7 seconds to open and close it. You got to be stopped. This one you can stop like 20 seconds. You know, rather if you're going 20 miles per hour, you can still open and close it, which is pretty important. Well, at least for me, because I like it quite a bit. But other than that, you get a much wider field of view in the back compared to the hardtop. But those are just some small differences. The hardtop does look much prettier. But yeah, I think right off the bat, this car is small, very small. But if you guys know Miatas, clearly they're small. It's like an S2000, a Honda, for example, or like those Z3, whatever the hell they are, those little BMW things. I don't like those, those are pretty ugly. But me standing at the absolute massive stature of 5'6" means that I can drive this car with no problem, or rather I can fit in this car with no problem. I can also fit in airplanes, economy, not economy plus. I don't have to pay the extra 150 bucks just for 2 extra inches of leg room. Those goddamn flights, those goddamn airlines, they try to pack every single goddamn seat that they can and then just make everybody uncomfortable as hell. And this is completely unrelated, but I was on Air France a couple weeks ago and they reclined so much. It was more than the standard 2-3 inches of recline. It was like 5 inches. So unless you do it to the person behind you too, you literally cannot eat, and the video screen in front of you is angled. You can't even watch it at like a, you know, like at a good viewing angle. It's just so stupid, just so they can fit in a couple extra damn seats. Anyways, besides the point, we're talking about the Miata right now. So yeah, as long as you can fit in the Miata, then there's so many benefits. Tried to do a heel toe right there, but I'm still practicing. I've been driving manuals my whole life, but they've kind of just always been, how do I say, pieces of shit. You know what I mean? Like a 2000 Corolla, a 1999 Audi A4 that I bought for 1,100 bucks from a grandma. Arguably the best vehicle I've ever purchased, considering that it had 130,000 miles. And it was 1,100 and it was pristine condition. And by pristine, I mean I did drive it for about 7 months until the clutch wore out, and I'm not replacing an Audi clutch. It costs more than the fucking car. So obviously I let that car kind of go in the past. That was a little bit of a better heel toe there. I still got to practice, but whatever. But yeah, I did actually have a Miata in the past. It was a 2003, and my stupid self didn't get an oil change because I was 16 and I didn't know. I bought that car for $5,000 at the time, and it was a beautiful, beautiful blue with a tan top. I mean, it was just a beautiful car. So I think when I went to get the oil change, it literally had, I don't know, 4 ounces of oil. So I sold it, and yeah, I guess that was that. I really wish I kept that car. But anyways, fast forward like 4 years, and after getting a Mustang, which was arguably the stupidest decision I've ever made, because I was like, I really want a convertible because I live in San Diego, it's nice, the weather, but I kind of want a back seat so that way I can take more than one friend with me, you know? Stupid decision. I did like the little bump in horsepower, where you could actually kind of feel like a little bit of a straight drag racing sort of thing, but then I raced against my friend in a Volkswagen Golf, and then he smoked me, and I was like, okay, you know what, I'm just gonna take care of the clutch and not worry about it. Driving manual is so good, but unfortunately with these new like 7-speed automatics, they shift so fast that there's nothing you can even do. Yeah, horrible. anyways, after the Mustang, I managed to find myself inside this vehicle. This absolutely wonderful car. Now, the interest rate of this car made me want to jump off of a bridge in-game, of course. Well, yeah. I mean, it was unbelievably high at the moment. Luckily, I put some money down and it dropped a little bit, but still a ridiculous number. I don't even know why I did it, but I decided that, you know what, I'm tired of driving cars that are worth less than $4,000, and I just want a little bit of a reliable vehicle to essentially get from point A to point B. But then I was looking at like Mazda 3s and similar cars like that, sedans, hatchbacks. I really like the hatchback, but it was just so much money, and I was thinking, in 10 years, if I'm making more money, will I be happy in this? And I was like, And then I looked at the Miata, and it genuinely clicked. When I thought, oh my God, I can afford the monthly payments on a Miata, it took all of the doubt of buying a new car out of my mind, and I was like, wait, this is actually genius. I can get the car that I love so much, I can have fun driving from point A to point B, I can have the reliability because it is a Mazda and the repairs are relatively cheap compared to, you know, anything German. And I just realized the only downside, obviously, is the fact that the trunk is small. It's actually not that small. The trunk can actually fit an interestingly large amount of things that you would, like, unlike what you would assume. You would assume that it has nothing, but because there's no spare tire in this car, which is a downside, but whatever, you're able to get a little bit more room inside of that, you know, trunk. But as long as you're okay only driving one person max, having a trunk that is relatively small and also not be able to have sex in the car, as long as you're able to give those three things away, and just so you know, the third one was really on my mind, I decided it's a beautiful thing. And after a year, I'm happy. Every time I sit in this car, I'm happy driving. It's crazy. I enjoy the drive. And of course, because it's manual, you feel a little bit more of that kick, that interactability. I have a severe ADHD, so it's kind of rough driving in automatic. If I don't speed, it's not very fun. But this car is so light and it handles so well that you don't have to speed to have fun. You can literally just drive through the valley like we've been doing, and it's just wonderful. Look, there's a pinery up ahead. I think they're selling sunflowers now. Don't ask me why. I don't know. But this is just my general overview. I didn't really go into depth about the Miata whatsoever. I rambled hardcore, but you know, that is my ADHD self. So if you guys want to see a part 2, let me know in the comments. And until then, I bid you all adieu.